Start it here. Good morning, everyone. This is Saida once again, and today we have invited Kishore Dharmarajan. Kishore, am I just spelling right?
It's
Kishore.
absolutely right. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Kishore Dharmarajan, and thank you so much for inviting me.
So, a little bit about Kishore. I just lately, I have been his newsletter subscriber for a quite long time, but then I had a pleasure meeting him in one of the meeting, and then I thought to invite him here on this our Facebook group, where there are so many business owners already member of that group. So thank you very much for taking out time. Time is very essential for Kishore today because he has another webinar back to back, and I just reconfirm with him whether he can do it or not. And my pleasure that he agreed with it. So Kishore, you have been into the digital world and this is your favorite topic. And you suggested again this topic to me. So tell me more about what are the business owners' challenges related to the digital growth?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the invite. And business owners have multiple challenges, and depending upon the size of the company, the challenges will change. So, for example, if you're running a small company with very few employees or no employees, it is the business owner who has to do everything. He's the rainmaker. He or she has to get the sales, has to follow up, do the projects, get freelancers and things done. But if the company is larger, has a large team, has a structured in place, the challenges are different. So there you are looking at how to use your vision to empower everyone in the team and get them all lined up in the same direction and helping the team to achieve their goals more than yourself being employed in the place. So the challenges definitely differ, and the entrepreneur has a very complex life where they can't switch on or switch off for most of the time. They're always at the workplace, whether it is on vacation or the weekends. So they're all switched on. And if the owner is operating a smaller company, the challenges are slightly more difficult because they have to do multiple things. And one of the things is gaining attention online. As you know, it's very important to gain attention online because without visibility, you don't get inquiries, and without inquiries, there are no sales meetings and uh, and closures. So having online visibility is very important these days, probably more than anything else. So
So
the number
how
one point,
how to start with it?
yes, yeah. So it should start with your dream client rather than any channel or any marketing message. The marketing actually starts with your customer. So finding out who would be your best customer, what industry they are into, and what challenges they are going through, and how can you help them, I guess would be the best starting point. And this is what anyone can do, whether you have digital knowledge or no. This is something that any entrepreneur will be able to do, and if they can't do that, they are I don't think they'll be able to carry on as an entrepreneur for life for a long
So
time.
you are
So
saying that start from the end and decode it and come to the A. So first find
that's
out your right avatar, your right customer, your dream client, and then start backward.
That's absolutely right. And this is the point that many of us know, but few of us follow through. So we all get excited by digital media and we start posting and doing videos and all of that. So at the back of our mind, we know that we should be concentrating on the dream client, but very few of us will have the patience to sit down and discipline to sit down and analyze who our best customers are.
Yes.
So, as I always keep saying, theory is one thing and practical is very different.
Right. So let's say my digital client, like my dream client is on Instagram, let's say. And in theory, Instagram, Facebook go together hands in hands. So how about someone can determine about the budget? Like what should be the budget? This is
Yeah,
another
so
pain point of so many people.
yeah, so again, here you made precisely the mistake that most people are doing, including myself, which is we jumped. You presumed that Instagram is where your audience is, right?
Exactly.
But there is no data to back that up, and this is where most of us are making a mistake of assuming that people are there on Instagram because we keep hearing that everyone is on Instagram. But if you look at stats, it's a different story. The number one social media channel across the globe, as you know, is Facebook. It has got 3.5 billion users, which means it's the third largest country in the world if it were a country. So there
Wow.
is no other social media channel which is close to Facebook. So Instagram is half of Facebook. But still, we all believe that Instagram is bigger or growing faster than Facebook, whereas data is trying to tell us something else. So this is where we have to forget what the market and buzz is trying to tell us and look at stats and come to a conclusion that, okay, it looks like Facebook is the biggest. So probably a lot of attention should be there. Instagram, everyone seems to be talking about Instagram. So Instagram is also important. But are the senior people there on Facebook or Instagram? Or are they on LinkedIn looking at business trends? They are looking at the oil price changes. They are looking at the impact of the trade, and they're looking at logistics. They're looking at all these serious topics
Mm.
which can affect their business. And they are trying to read Bloomberg, for example, or Forbes magazine, and they are empowering themselves. While we, as a small business owner, under the assumption that people are on Instagram, we are probably wasting our time on Instagram. So these are questions that we all should be answering, and that includes me. So it
Yeah,
doesn't exclude
include
me
me as
because
well.
I'm also making the same mistake.
Yeah, so we all are learning from each other's mistakes. So then again, and I think you are a very big, um, you say and you agree about organic digital marketing. So what do you say about that?
Yeah, definitely. Or the
You
the
own
beauty about
SEO,
organic.
SEO Souk, so you must be on the
Yeah,
organic side.
that's correct. Yeah, the beauty about organic is that it is going to happen for a very long time. And uh, in the case of paid media, when you stop running ads, you will stop losing the traffic. So that doesn't happen in organic. So things are long term in organic.
Mhm.
Plus, the leads that come from organic seems to convert better. So if someone searches on Google or if they see your post on LinkedIn and they contact you and have a meeting, the chances of that converting into business are much higher than if you were to run a paid campaign and get a lead and try a meeting or appointment with them. So there is a big difference. And in organic, as we said, once we have identified the dream customer and then identified the dream channel, we then have to identify the dream marketing message that will be attractive to the target audience, and they will start responding. So organic is actually very good for that. Although if you are a slightly larger company, you can always augment your traffic with paid media, and that can make things move faster also.
Yeah. So like last time also there was one guest and he talked about the same that if you want a quick result, come, you can go for the paid marketing, but for the sustainable flow of the leads, organic marketing is really important. So how can I check the ROI? Like let's say my at one stage, I have seen so many business owners who are paying a lot, and then they say they don't find that strategy working. So what is the right way to check whether the strategy is working? Like let's say SEO is working, or our ROI is getting us better leads. So how can we check?
Yeah. So capturing all that data can be done within Google Analytics itself. And as many people know, but some people don't, because yesterday itself, a business owner was telling me that Google Analytics is expensive. So the reality is that Google Analytics is free. It comes with a Gmail account, and if you configure Google Analytics, you can quickly see from which channels the leads are coming from. And sometimes you can see from which channels people are coming who are not becoming a lead, but still they are spending a lot of time on the website. And that shows that there is a lot of interest from that channel. So that channel can be the one which has the positive ROI. And in Google Analytics, you can set up an ROI and ROAS, which is return on ad spend. So all of that can be configured within Google Analytics itself. Now, the negative is that Google Analytics has not made it easy for business owners to do it. So they will need technical help to carry it out so that the ROI and ROAS is captured. And once that is done, then all you have to do is every day morning look at your dashboard and see which channel is bringing in leads and which channel is ROI positive. So carrying that out is not very difficult. But what is difficult is how to utilize all these channels like organic or paid media or referrals or direct or any other channels which you have, and how to get traffic from these channels is the big challenge that even large companies struggle with. So it's not a problem that SMEs face. It's a problem that even very large companies with thousands of employees also face. So SMEs can take some relief in that they are not the only ones who are going through these challenges.
Okay, so one question arrived, and that is, how do you, he is, I think, okay, Brian, how do you um, keep up with the current trends and get new ideas about your uh, LinkedIn post and articles?
Yeah, so my LinkedIn post is directly connected with my curiosity to know more things about what is happening in the world. So constantly I'm reading all the well-known magazines, tech magazines. So I keep myself updated on all these topics. And at the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about how can this information be put forward in the best possible way, or how can I experiment. So I also like to experiment with the information and quickly come to a conclusion whether it is working or not. So I always have 3 to 4 experiments running besides the main business. And because of those experiments, I'm able to understand what's working or what is failing. And I always write about things I kind of feel is going to be on the factual side. So that is how I'm getting my ideas. And it's also about your perception about things. So if you have a different perception about things, you'll be able to write in that way also.
Okay, so another question that already sent to me is customer engagement. How can one stay connected with their customer during this digital era? So,
Yeah, so technically, if we have gone through the process that we have discussed, it will actually happen smoothly because you would know who are the customers that you need to engage with. Sometimes there is an audience which you don't need to engage with and who are not going to be very productive for you. So this is where looking at the dream customer is very important, because otherwise we all don't have enough time in the day to do multiple things. And this is also why we need to concentrate on 1 or 2 channels rather than concentrating on all channels and wasting our time on multiple activities.
exactly.
So sometimes people create a content calendar and they post and they think it is over. But that is like a factory trying to produce content and posting all over the place and hoping that someone will see that and something will happen. But I think that's a very bad strategy to apply. It is far more better to be focused on one customer base, one channel, one marketing message. And that way, the core customer base will always remain engaged because it's more like a conversation rather than someone blasting out messages on a broadcast media and hoping that someone somewhere is going to hear and respond.
So the customer service and customer engagement can always be, if your social media and your digital marketing or your digital strategy is in line, then the customer engagement and everything will go in line with that. So the other
That
day
is correct.
the other day I was reading one book, it's 80-20 rule. And then again, what you are saying is I can just connect with that. That you just need 20% of your energy that can bring 80% results. So if you focus on one media or maybe maximum two platform, and then start focusing from there, having your dream customer in your mind, then you can straight away on a right path.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes, and that's very true. Concentrating on that 20%
Yeah.
is going to give that 80% results. And keeping the customer engaged can be through newsletters, it can be through follow-up emails, it can be on WhatsApp groups, can be Facebook groups. There are multiple ways to do that. But I think where most businesses are not being successful is in the strategy itself. The deliverables, everyone kind of knows which technology to use and how to use and all of that. And people assume that using that technology is going to solve a problem on its own, whereas it cannot solve. Technology cannot solve all the issues, and this is where we will have to put our minds together and find out more about the customers.
So tell me more about SEO Soup. So how SEO Soup got dream client from LinkedIn? Have you seen it? Maybe. I think you are mostly on LinkedIn. I think you are slower on your WhatsApp than you, and you are faster on your LinkedIn. So how your company, let's take a case study of your company, has been benefited from the digital media marketing?
Yeah, sure. So when we started off, I did have a good following on LinkedIn, and I was getting instant response on LinkedIn. So we concentrated more on LinkedIn rather than any other channel. And it has helped us become quite well known in the region. And it has also helped us to get a lot of RFPs. So we attend to these RFPs and we close accounts which we feel are positive on both sides. So that is the kind of awareness that we have built up on LinkedIn. Now, when I recommend that to a new company, I'm always worried because a new company will not be able to use that strategy and become instantly successful, because this will take time and probably they will not have time to wait and make this happen. And probably they will run out of cash if they try to use this strategy. So it should be used with caution. So if you're new, if you're a new business and you're starting off, probably LinkedIn might not be the best strategy for you. Probably paid media or doing SEO or even networking, trade shows, etc., might be the better strategy. So it all depends upon the stage of your business. So if you have slightly built up a client base and you can afford to wait, then definitely LinkedIn is the best way to move forward, because it can build reputation. And once you have reputation in the market, then things are very easy, because people will just open doors, people will invite you, and you will have business or coming from all directions.
So as you run your SEO company, one last question as we are running off the time. So there are so many SEO companies, they say that you can start getting the result in 6 months, minimum 6 months. They require 6 months. Do you agree with it? Like for 15 keywords or 20 keywords?
So in our case, we move slightly different, because as you rightly said, there are thousands of SEO companies, and so we have to differentiate ourselves. So in our case, we are lucky to have a very large social media following. So we can use that social media following to bring in results for SEO quite fast. So for our clients, it doesn't take 6 months, it takes only 1 month, simply because we have this large social media following. But unfortunately, this is something that not many SEO companies can do, because they don't have a million readers on LinkedIn, for example, to start with. Very few people, even companies with thousands of employees, don't get that kind of reach. But over a period of time, we have built up this massive audience on LinkedIn. So we can go to a client, and when we get an RFP, we tell them, okay, when you start working with us, you will be reaching a million people on LinkedIn in the first 12 months. And it's guaranteed. And we can show to them on LinkedIn analytics. So this makes it very interesting for the customers, because they will look at the other companies which are coming in through the RFPs, and there is only one company which is offering this. So they come to a conclusion, okay, let's go with this company because they have very large audience. So if they do post, our SEO ranking will go up very fast. So let's give them the work. So I think every agency will have to build up their own techniques.
So what I understood is having a company like yours, which has a big fan following, can help other businesses who are doing business with you to get the boost in their SEO ranking quickly, rather than waiting
Yes,
for 6 months.
exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not every company has this kind of a fan following. What is the second ingredient in this recipe? One is big fan following. Second ingredient before choosing any agency.
So typically, companies who provide RFPs, they are not doing it for the first time. They have worked with multiple agencies. They have seen different presentations. They have seen different reports. They have seen different outcomes. So they are as intelligent and as experienced as agencies these days. So there is little difference between clients and agencies these days, because probably they are working with multiple agencies, or they are working with in-house agencies doing many things. So in the past, clients didn't know as much about digital as they do now. So clients are very intelligent, they're well informed, and they know what the agencies are saying and what agencies are doing. So typically, agencies have a very large presentation team and a very small kitchen where the actual people who are doing the work sit. So a company with 100 employees will have 80 employees in sales and 20 or 10 people in the digital room, the kitchen, doing the actual analytics, or doing the link building, doing the content marketing and all of that. So clients kind of know that this is the structure, and they know that it's mostly about presentations. So having worked with multiple agencies, having a lot of experience, they try to find agencies which are offering guaranteed outcomes based on their fan following, based on their knowledge and expertise. So when they come to us, they have already gone through many things, and they kind of figured out that we will be able to deliver just like we say. So that is an USP that we have built up over a period of time. And this seems to suit brands who are already well experienced and who have worked with maybe 3 or 4 SEO and digital agencies. And then they finally find out that, okay, we need to do something which will actually work for us.
Yeah, so I know personally so many business owners who have burned their hands, actually, not fingers, hands, in getting the right agency. And now they have completely given up the hope
Yes.
on
Yes.
SEO and organic digital marketing. Unfortunately, there are so many good and bad people in this industry. And
Yes.
yeah, so this is rightly said that doing the proper research about agency before hiring them, seeing their results and asking for the results is way more important. And one more thing, if you are asked for the result, they will show you anything. So what I do always, and I appointed one agency before meeting you, that I said, okay, you in your first interview, you said we rank these websites. Can you open the search console and show me or analytics of those? So if they are admin of that website, they will have that access. And 50% of the competition was gone. People stopped applying to me because they claimed it that they did it, but they were not able to show me. So this was something that helped me out uh, in recruiting one SEO company. Um, Unfortunately, I couldn't meet you before. Otherwise, I would have been your client. Anyways, but I am your fan also. I read your article every day. This is the most
Thank you.
important thing. Thank you very much, Kishore. Any good tip
Thank
you
you.
want to give to us?
Yeah, for business owners, I think the best tip that I can give is that you need to do less and not more. Many people think that being busy, trying to do many things, is the best way forward. But in today's world, where time is the most precious commodity, think you need to do less and not more. And by doing less, I mean trying to concentrate on probably one customer base, one marketing message, one channel, and trying to do more of that would take up less of your time, but would be more productive in the long run. So that would be my number one tip for all of your listeners.
Second tip I would like to give here: work on your business, not in your business. So this is the only problem I see so many entrepreneurs getting stuck, and they don't have time to do the right thing, which is they are supposed to do, not their team. So they ask their team to do that instead, and they are working instead of their team in their business. So this is very important, that the time management and understanding their right channel, where to channelize their energy, is very important. So thank you very much, Kishore. I'm sure after 3 minutes, you are going to start another webinar. So thank you very much for your
Thank
time,
you.
and hope to see you again.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.